Neville O'Reilly Livingston, OMO-J, was born on the 10th of April 1947 and died the 2nd of March 2021, known professionally as Bunny Wailer, was a Jamaican singer-songwriter and percussionist. He was an original member of reggae group The Wailers, along with Bob Marley and Tosh. A three-time Grammy Award winner, he is considered one of the long-time standard-bearers of reggae music. He was also known as Jah B, Bunny O'Reilly, and Bunny Livingston. Early life and family. Wailer was born in Kingston. He spent his earliest years in the village of 9 Mile in Saint Ann Parish. It was there that he first met Bob Marley, and the two young boys befriended each other quickly. The boys both came from single-parent families. Livingston was brought up by his father, Marley by his mother. Later, Wailer's father, Thaddeus, Thaddy Shut, Livingston, lived with Marley's mother, Cedella Booker, in Trenchtown, and had a daughter with her named Pearl Livingston. Tosh had a son, Andrew Tosh, with another of Bunny's sisters, Shirley, making Andrew his nephew. Career path. Wailer had originally gone to audition for Leslie Kong at Beverly's Records in 1962. Around the same time, his stepbrother, Bob Marley, was cutting Judge Not. Wailer had intended to sing his first composition, Pass It On, which at the time was more ska-oriented. However, Wailer was late getting out of school and missed his audition. A few months later, in 1963, he formed the Wailing Wailers, with Marley and friend Tosh, and the short-term members Junior Braithwaite and Beverly Kelso. Wailer tended to sing lead vocals less often than Marley and Tosh in the early years, but when Marley left Jamaica in 1966 for Delaware in the US and was briefly replaced by Constantine Vision Walker, Wailer began to record and sing lead vocals on some of his own compositions, such as Who Feels It Knows It, I Stand Predominant, and Sunday Morning. Wailer's style of music was influenced by gospel music and the soul singer Curtis Mayfield. In 1967, he recorded This Train, based on a gospel standard, for the first time at Studio One. Wailer was arrested on charges of possession of cannabis in June 1967 and served a 14-month prison sentence. Around this time, he, Bob Marley, and Tosh signed an exclusive recording agreement with Danny Sims' JAD Records and an exclusive publishing agreement with Sims' music publishing company, Cayman Music. As the Wailers regularly changed producers in the late 1960s, Wailer continued to contribute songs to the group's repertoire. The music critic Kwame Dawes says that Wailer's song lyrics were carefully crafted and literary in style, and he remained a key part of the group's distinctive harmonies. Wailer sang lead on such songs as Dreamland, Riding High, Brainwashing, and in the bridge of the Wailers' song Keep On Moving, sung in the style of Curtis Mayfield of the Impressions, produced by Lee Scratch Perry. In 1971, the Wailers recorded Bunny Wailer's song Pass It On, which he said he wrote in 1962. It was released as a dubplate mix on JAD's Original Cuts compilation. This version of the song features different lyrics and music in the verses to the later versions of Pass It On. Wailer would later reuse these in Innocent Blood. By 1973, each of the three founding Wailers operated his own label: Marley with Tough Gong, Tosh with HIM Intel, Diplo, and Bunny Wailer with Solomonic. He sang lead vocals on Reincarnated Souls, the B-side of the Wailers' first island single of the new era, and on 2 tracks on the Wailers' last trio LP, Burnin', Pass It On, and Hallelujah Time. By now, he was recording singles in his own right, such as Searching for Love, Lifeline, Trod On, Arab Oil Weapon, and Pass It On. a new recording of the Wailers song for his own label. Bunny Wailer toured with the Wailers in England and the United States, but soon became reluctant to leave Jamaica. He and Tosh were more marginalized in the group as the Wailers attained international success, and attention was increasingly focused on Marley. Wailer subsequently left the Wailers in 1973 and adopted the name Bunny in pursuit of a solo career after balking when Chris Blackwell wanted the Wailers to tour freak clubs in the United States, stating that it was against his Rastafari principles. Before leaving the Wailers, Wailer had become more focused on his spiritual faith. He identified with the Rastafari movement, as did the other Wailers. He also composed much of his own material, as well as re-recording a number of cuts from the Wailers' catalogue. Wailer recorded primarily in the roots style, in keeping with his often political and spiritual messages. His album, Black Heart Man, was well received. According to the journalist Peter Mason, writing in the Guardian newspaper, Black Heart Man is widely felt to be one of reggae's highest peaks. After leaving the Wailers, Wailer experimented with disco on his album Hook, Line and Sinker, while Sings the Wailers reworks many of the Wailers' songs with the backing of Jamaican session musicians Sly and Robbie. He also had success recording in the typically apolitical, more pop, dancehall style. During this musical period, one of the highlights of Bunny Wailer's career was composing the hit single Electric Boogie in 1982 for Marcia Griffiths. This song led to the dance craze Electric Slide in 1986, which gained popularity in Washington, D.C. and other parts of the world. Bunny Wailer also recorded versions of the song for himself, although with less success compared to Griffiths' versions. Wailer's music had dancehall and rockers influences, best exemplified by the album Bunny Wailer Sings. The Wailers, on which he reinterpreted some of the Wailers' material as a solo roots singer, with roots reggae-based backing by Sly and Robbie. The album, produced by Bunny Wailer, was recorded at Harry J. Studio. Some of these tracks are reworked classic Wailers tracks such as Dreamland. Another classic is Dancing Shoes, first recorded in the mid-1960s as a driving ska soul classic with Bunny Wailer on lead vocals. Wailer won the Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album 3 times. In 1991 for the album Time Will Tell, a tribute to Bob Marley, in 1995 for Crucial, Roots Classics, and in 1997 for Hall of Fame, a tribute to Bob Marley's 50th anniversary. He was also featured on the album True Love by Toots and the Maytals, which won the Grammy Award in 2004 for Best Reggae Album, and showcased many notable musicians, including Willie Nelson, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Trey Anastasio, Gwen Stefani, No Doubt, Ben Harper, Bonnie Raitt, Manu Chao, The Roots, Ryan Adams, Keith Richards, Toots Hibbert, Paul Douglas, Jackie Jackson, Ken Booth, and the Skaterlights. However, in 1991, Bunny Wailer faced one of the lowest points in his career at the annual Sting event in Portmore, when he was driven off stage by a shower of bottles thrown by the audience. This incident, not uncommon at dancehall events, highlighted the tension between Wailer's traditional style and the emerging trends popularized by artists such as Ninja Man and Shabba Ranks. In August 2012, it was announced that Bunny Wailer would receive Jamaica's 5th highest honor, the Order of Jamaica. In 2016, he played a month-long Black Heart Man tour to celebrate the 40th anniversary of his 1976 album. In October 2017, he was awarded the Order of Merit by the Jamaican government, the nation's 4th highest honor. In October 2019, A commemorative blue plaque dedicated by the Nubian Jack Community Trust, honoring Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Bunny Wailer, was placed at the former site of Basing Street Studios in London, where Catch a Fire and Burnin' were completed. In November 2019, Wailer received a Pinnacle Award in New York from the Coalition to Preserve Reggae, Health and Death. In October 2018, Wailer suffered a minor stroke, resulting in speech problems. After suffering another stroke in July 2020, he was hospitalized at Andrews Memorial Hospital in Kingston, Jamaica, where he eventually died on 2 March 2021 at the age of 73, of complications from the stroke he suffered the previous year. Personal life. He was married to Jean Watt, affectionately known as Sis Jean, for over 50 years. Tragically, Sis Jean, who reportedly suffered from dementia, went missing on May 23, 2020, after wandering away from their home. Bunny Wailer fathered 13 children. Following his passing on March 2, 2021, there have been legal proceedings concerning his estate. Bunny Wailer's contributions to music and culture remain timeless, embodying the essence of reggae with his authenticity, passion, and spirituality. Please subscribe for more celebrities' biography stories.